that you just recently welcomed twins.
Damn, you know everything.
Yeah, congratulations.
I did.
Congratulations.
Yep. And one's white, one's black.
Nah, man, stop.
Swear to God, one's got blue eyes. Cause you can tell by the nipples in the. One's got blue eyes, got these pink nipples. The other one brown eyes, brown nipples. I said, dang, I had twins, and one's black and one's white.
Did you think you was gonna be a father again, or did you want to become a father again?
That's a layered question. Didn't think I wanted to be a father again, but and not have a relationship with my kids. I was like, you know, I hate that thing. Like, I'm gonna do it right this time because I didn't do it wrong.
You don't think you did it wrong the first time?
I don't think I did it wrong the first time. I was very conscious of how I spoke to them, how we disciplined them, how I never put them down. If all the sports and stuff they played, I was always like, I was the fun dad.
Right.
You know, I was like, it's not a big deal if you lose. I was the fun dad. And I was coaching some of their teams and stuff. So I don't say I did it wrong, but it's twofold. I didn't see myself being a dad, but I think not having a relationship with my kids, you know, the twins now, they're just awesome. Right. They're awesome. They're in that idolizing dad stage. Right. They're young.
You like that?
They're young. They're like 9, 10 months. It just happened. So yeah, that's the same thing. That's what sucks too, is my kids, they don't know them.
Right.
They don't have a relationship with them. And I don't want to meet them when they're 4 or 5.
Right.
You know? So that sucks too.
Hear that you're a deadbeat. What's your relationship with your kids right now?
I don't have one. It's been 3.5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
How hard is that for you?
What do you think? It's a nightmare. It's like they're my greatest accomplishments and my greatest failure at the same time. But to see how it's just crashed and burned since the divorce, and this is all since the divorce.
Do you believe she played a role in the divide with your kids?
I'll say I'll take the blame because I didn't ensure that my relationship with them was so strong that no matter what anybody said to them, they could be like, nah, my dad's good. So, you know, I was gone a lot.
Right.
I'm on the road.
Right.
And that's part of the deal. But I really don't know. I don't want to throw stones and stuff I don't know. I don't know if she's at the house saying your dad ain't I don't know. I mean, I do know blasting me on social media didn't help. And then other shit happened. I just don't know where it got so bad. Right. You know what I mean? That I'm just literally the worst human being on the planet. And it's funny. I ran into my ex last week. We was on a plane. I'm on a plane from Atlanta to Cincinnati.
Come on, Gary.
I ain't got no reason to lie now. I just said I cheated. That's been the freaking elephant in the room. So I got nothing to hide anymore. So I'm sitting there and I see her on a plane. I go, ain't no way this is happening. Ain't no way this is happening.
That's what I'm saying.
I went like, I was in the window like.
You like a kid. You like a kid looking out the window.
That's my bag. So she didn't see me when she got on the plane. We go to baggage claim. She sees me. She comes up. We start talking, asking her like, you know, how do we get this right with the kids? And then I keep telling her like, look, when they call, I'm there. I don't care if I got to show them, cancel it. The minute they say, Dad, I'm ready to talk, I'm out.
Right.
I'll go to where they're at. So when I talked to her about the kids, you know, I told her, I said, I wish you would
help
just
facilitate
say it's time. It's time. Because they do listen to you.
Yes.
Enough. There's no abuse here. There's no mental abuse. There's no physical abuse. They had a great childhood.
Yes.
Great. Private school. Paid for my daughter's college. I mean, just stuff you're supposed to do if you have it as a dad.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I don't know how I became this evil human being that they want nothing to do with. I was like, I'm not perfect. I read somewhere that somebody said, when you go through the divorce, when kids are little, they idolize their dad. And then when divorce happens, they demonize them. And then as time goes by, they humanize them. Clearly, I'm in the demon stage right now. But it's just been so long that I got to sneak around to try to just lay eyes on them.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. That is Gary Owens. He opens up about his relationship with his children. A lot of things I had learned just watching that clip myself. I am curious to get you guys immediate reactions to that. I'm gonna start with you first, Dara.
Shit, man. I think it's somebody just being honest and transparent. I think it can relate to a lot of guys who are pursuing their purpose or their career or their dreams, and they happen to get out of touch with raising their children in a way that, you know, the woman that you created with him would think it's enough. You know what I'm saying? So I think he stated something important. He said he don't think he's been involved with his children enough to where if she spoke something bad about him or something, it's not he haven't been with him enough or been putting enough of an impression on him to where the kids will be like, oh no, I don't believe that. That's dad. You know what I'm saying? So that I can see how that could be devastating. I mean, I don't have any kid. I don't have any situations or experience in my life that could relate to what he's going through. But only thing I can relate to is having kids and being there for the kids. And he said he fucked up. You know, he cheated. You know, him and his woman had an understanding of how they wanted the relationship to move, and infidelity was not acceptable, obviously, apparently. And that's caused, like he said, all these things happened after the divorce. So obviously during the marriage, you know, they were good to go. And that's what, you know, I guess men can look forward to. When if you can't be upfront and honest with the woman on how you want to move, and if you want to risk it all and just fuck the family up for not having any discipline to be able to be loyal and faithful to your wife, and now you got to deal with this shit with the kids. This is a clear example of how your decisions that you make individually and selfishly for yourself can impact the little ones that gotta come behind. You know what I'm saying? So I feel for kids. You know, it's unacceptable. This is a repeating behavior, not just because of it was a white guy with a black woman or whatever. I look past all that bullshit. Now, that shit don't even matter. You know, black and white, they've been intermingling, blended families, whatever you want to call it, for the longest. That's not a problem, not an issue with me. The issue is the infidelity, being married. I think it's an issue with men not being honest about how they want to move. There's guys out here that's making a bag, making millions of dollars in show business, entertainment, that just want to be able to have their cake and eat it. And they don't know how to communicate that to the woman. And I think that in a lot of cases, these men would just be honest and communicate that. They would be surprised at how many women would still be down with them. Just knowing that, hey, look, I think every woman can attest for this. Like, if it's better than man to come straight to you and say, hey, look, this is what I want to do. Yeah, it's fucked up. But at least you gave her an opportunity to intervene and give her thoughts on it before you actually pulled the trigger on smashing and shorty. You get what I'm saying? At least she had the opportunity to say, oh, look, if you do that, I'm going to do this. Okay, it's fine. You can have a hall pass. You never know what you're going to get. But you remove any of those opportunities from not having a conversation. And I'll let somebody else talk.
I just got a quick question. Is his ability not to see his kids have anything to do with her getting in the way of it? Is that what was being said?
No, they're old. They just made a choice not to talk to him anymore based on what he was doing to the family.
Okay, I was just making sure because I'm reading the chat and they're saying that she got in the way of it, but because I was going to
kids are in college, not talking to him.
No,
When he said kids, these are well past 19 years old.
I thought his kids were young.
No, he got some. So I got some twins with the new one, right?
He has 10-month-old twins with the new woman, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, if the kids feel some type of way, that's a little different because even when you look at like parenting guidelines or like parentalship guidelines and stuff like that, your kids, they still try to make sure that relationship is damn near mandatory. Now, if we're talking about grown kids, of course they're gonna feel some type of way. They're gonna feel whatever way they feel. but I don't know exactly how long they've been divorced. I don't know if this is before or after they were grown. So
It was after.
it was afterwards. Well,
Yeah,
shit,
this is all recent.
then the kids feel however they gonna feel about it. Shit.
I think he said something real important that I think he talks about himself way too much, and he comes off as like Darwin said, selfish and self-absorbed, and he also like dropped that Freudian slip of like, yeah, because my younger kids idolize me. So like that is, it's just so telling. And every single one of his interviews when he's talking about his wife or his kids, he's like I, and then that was the first time I heard him say they're okay because they still idolize me. So it's like, for me, I've been divorced for a year now, almost a year, but I was separated for 3 years, and you could tell when the partner is concerned about himself and how things affect him versus putting the child first and what the child needs. And sometimes, like Sweeney said, when you have grown kids who's kind of been with mother, father, like my parents are married. I've seen my parents go through everything. If they start to develop or have an opinion about one parent over the other, it could be manipulation, but just watching the way he speak and kind of say he liked the kids idolizing him and mentioning those key words and phrases, I don't know. It just seems like he's just selfish and self-absorbed. And a man who doesn't discipline himself and be able to not cheat and things like that, I don't know. You can't trust them anyway because they don't have no control over their impulses.
Hold on, let's go to London and then I'll come back to you, Cookie. Go ahead, London.
I'm not a parent again, but I got 4 parents, and my mother and father didn't work. And there's nothing that my mother can say or my father can say about my other parent that'll make me feel any type of way about it. So I think really 9 times out of 10, he was fucking up. He was messing up as a parent. He wasn't investing in his children in a relationship. And when it was done, they were over it. That's my take based on my experience, but I don't really dig too much into Gary like that. He cool, but I don't dig into him like that.
He cool. I saw him on the Breakfast Club a few times.
All right. So I'm on the Breakfast Club, so that make him cool. All right.
I think he cool.